All right, we're here with 3 stacks.
Yeah, baby.
Tell me what you did today.
So I took my Zephyrs. I was debating on what deck I should play. I was pondering very hard. I was gonna do Yangzing. I was gonna do Heralds. I was gonna do Paleos, FTK, and then I was like, I'm just gonna stick with Zephyrs just so I can enjoy Electrum because there is a chance he might be hit. And I really wanted to just have that one last run. I did end up topping today, and I got my invite for the new season.
What place you take?
21st.
21st.
Yeah. It was really good. The deck. It just when you expect your deck to do good, but then it does great. It's like I didn't know that my deck was this good. It really was. Like it was amazing. And like as far as meta goes, like I actually lost to rogue decks. Like yeah. I legit just lost to rogue decks, but it's okay. Like I was able to get free wins against meta practically.
Well, let's show everybody what you're playing.
So we're gonna start off the normal way I do. For all my Zephyr profiles, I start off by showcasing my anger translator. It's the most diverse scale. It allows it to be high or low. Pretty much as long as you have another scale, you're always able to generate fields. You're always able to make plays with this. This card is naturally a +1, and it's ever occurring every single turn because the monster that you get off of it becomes a card on the field that paid for itself already, netting you a counter trap. So when you think of it, this will put ZEFRA on the field, which gets you a trap. So you've got 3 cards in circulation that all start off of 1 card. It's really broken.
That's what it's about. The most card advantage you can get.
It's amazing. Like it's absolutely like hands down. Like every single game, like I'm trying to get to this. If I haven't seen it, I'm using Electrum to get to it. Like it's that important. But also at the same time, if you already open with ZEFRA, you don't always want to waste your resources in trying to get to Zefrath. Because for the most part, you're using Zefrath to get to him because he searches your negates. He's pretty much your whole entire engine. But these 6 cards themselves contribute to the consistency of the deck, being additional ways to start your plays. You can think of it like 3 Terraforming and 3 Light Stage for all of your Trick Stars cards, if that makes sense to you guys. So it's really good. The 26 booty does put in work. The fact that every time it's killed, it nets that other additional search. 9 Pillars is a +1. It's really good. You get to get that counter trap, and at the same time, when you flip it on your opponent, you're generating another search, whether it's Providence or the field spell. So it's really good. Like this deck is really professional with playing under pressure. It allows you to make different boards every time. You know, like Gokis make the same board. This deck makes different boards every time. It's never the same. It's just you get your hand and you work with it, and hands just you'd be surprised. The worst looking hands in like 4 negates. Like the max negates I actually did 6 negates today, bro.
6 negates.
Yeah, well, one of them was a hand trap, but it was still 6 negates. Like,
Stick into the game plan.
And I only made 1 Electrum for that.
Really? 1 Electrum, like 6 negates.
I'm better than Triff, bro. I'm way better than
That's right. That's right.
ZEFRA Thubin allows you to have your board control. He's pretty much just a Dryden. He pops face-up cards, and you can chain block him to where your opponent has to either Impermanence or Veiler, or it will resolve and they will get their card killed. The same goes with ZEFRA Saitan. These cards help you out a lot going second because this deck, naturally going first, its ceiling is very, very high. Like most decks that build boards, they want to go first. But what I like is the ZEFRA arsenal is afforded so many different plays and versatile options for what it can do, like having the ability to have spot removal for when you're going second. And because they're on summon, when you're mass pendulum summoning, you have all these chain links set up to where no matter what, something's going to resolve. And they're all effects that you want anyways. Really good. This helped me against stun. I played stun in my final round. I nearly lost to it. I actually only won that match because of impermanence. But this card was the all-star the whole match. I recurred him like 3 times. I just kept hitting back rows. We have 1 ZEFRA Wendy. ZEFRA Wendy is kind of like an infinite resource for the deck because she's the only ZEFRA that I play that's not once per turn. Everything else is once per turn. Her effect, you can use it as many times as you possibly can. It's whenever she's no more pendulums, you add 1 from extra deck to hand. And she helps me in the grinds. Like there are times when my board was absolutely broken. Her and a Dragon Shrine reset a whole field with 2 to 3 negates depending on what you draw. But guaranteed 2 negates. Jackal King and the counter trap. You just Dragon Shrine, dump your Dark Worm, get your gate 0, normal summon her, add your Zefrath from your extra deck. You already have your complete scales, you pendulum summon, you just go bananas. Really good card, really good for the incursions. This card was so amazing, Zefraxi. There was a lot of Goki today. I didn't play that many, but I did play enough Goki. I think I played 2 out of the 8 rounds that we had. And when I was able to make Chao Feng using this card, it was just a blowout. It never got outed. It never got stopped. Like, it was just... It's like having True King of all calamities, except you can still attack, but you can't use any of your effects. It's a really good card. And it does help the chain block as well to prevent your ZEFRA Neo from being Ash Blossom. So we're 10 Zephyrs.
Yeah, definitely, because hand traps are a big thing.
They really are, and I don't play any Call by the Graves in this deck. So we have 3 Chronographs, one of the best pressure cards. This card is like, it's Build-A-Bear Workshop, bro. What board do you want to make? You just, whatever you want to make, you just pick it, bro. Like, whatever's in your hand, everything in your hand always works together. That's how this deck operates. It's like, you don't even need to open with an Electrum Turbo card. You just need a way to get ZEFRA Neo on the field. That's it. You have ZEFRA and all your other 12 ways to get to it. You have 3 actual copies of ZEFRA Neo, 15. You have all your Electrum Turbo cards that get you there. There's never been a game when I didn't get ZEFRA Neo. Once you get ZEFRA Neo, you can do pretty much anything you want to do. It's that amazing. And Chronograph is just so incredible.
Yeah.
The OTKs allowing me to kind of overextend a little bit to get my Griffin on board. Sometimes I like to do a little bit overdone boards game 1 because I know that they can't spear mold me, so they have to play into it. So I'll use it to make Griffin, reset traps that I discarded, etc., etc. Really good play starter. Make your Naruto, just play through boards going second or OTK. It's just incredible. We have 3 Master Cerberus and also 2 Jackal Kings. What I like is these cards are not always great going first. Sometimes they're even better going second. The Mythical Beast engine is incredible. Opening with Cerberus and Chronograph allows you to play through every trap, hand trap that's not Joel and Lockbird. Because once you resolve your Cerberus, you'll just reveal this and bring this guy out. Play one of your power spells or your scales, and you'll normal and link with the Chrono and the other Pendulum monster. You make your Electrum. If they Veiler or Ogre, you could just negate it with Jackal King and just continue doing what you're doing.
Yeah, Jackal's a beast.
He really is, bro. He's amazing. It's the bare minimum. This is like your bare minimum. This is like, ooh, I got ashed and drolled. Well, I'm just gonna make a Jackal King and just pass and just. Yeah. If they can play through it and they can break my board, they're still probably not gonna be able to OTK me.
You don't care about hand traps?
Nah, not too much. And then the Dark Worm engine, I do 2 and 2. The reason why I play the second Gate 0 and the second Dark Worm is, for one, Dark Worm, sometimes when you draw, your Dragon Shrines become a lot less useful because all you have is the Shrudo as an option. And for 2, for the recovery plays, Dragon Shrine and Foolish are really good for recovering. Having that second Gate 0, like I said, when you break your board, you're able to recover with just a Dragon Shrine and a ZEFRA Providence or an Oracle or a ZEFRA Wendy. You just recreate the same board that they just broke. And it's just ironic that they go through so much just to get through it, and then you make it again. It's crazy. Mandela effect, bro. We have 2 copies of Purple Poison. This card is really good against the stun deck. I actually use this and Impermanence to out the Gozen match. I outed Gozen match, Macrocosmos, Anti-Spell Fragrance, Gozen match a second time. I outed 4 Floodgates in the progression of 1 game. And it was still game 1.
Sounds like the guy I had to play to.
I think it was the same guy, bro. I think so. Purple Poison is just incredible, bro. It really is. Like, the fact that I main deck it, people never anticipated to come out in a ZEFRA deck. This card helps me to just beat the Floodgates that really do beat my deck. Like, Anti-Spell hurts, bro. It hurts a lot. Purple Poison helps me. Yeah. And if I want to OTK, I can just do that. I can break boards going second. Like, I've legitimately just turboed out 3 Electrums and use all 3 of them, popping purple and adding it back. I literally popped purple, added it back, popped purple, added it back, popped it a 3rd time, added it, played it again, and then used it with Chronograph, and I popped 4 cards in the same turn.
With the same
Purple Poison.
Y'all hear that now. Y'all hear that.
It's really broken. Then we have our one-of Pendulums. We have Dissolver, probably the best Pendulum. Like, in my opinion, like, it's broken, bro. Like, its effect in battle is incredible. Its effect allows you to fusion using your scales, your field, your hand. It's dope. Like, this card is the reason why I never really lose in main phase if they call time it around. Intermatch procedures require for you to stop in the phase that you're in, finish that phase, and whoever has the highest life points win. I just use this. I make Gatling Ghoul. I inflict 200 for every card. And the cool thing is, if I go first and my opponent has not got to go yet and they have no cards, I'm playing a Pendulum deck. So when I summon that guy, I already have skill. So I can inflict, if I inflict 50 damage to you and you're at 7950 and I'm at 8,000, I still win. But I'm able to do a lot more damage than that. This card's amazing. And it always generates your negates, and it helps you to play through pressure. And also it protects you, and it gives you a setup for Electrum on the follow-up. It's really good. Dissolver is really good, but Synchron is probably better for the most part because it makes the better boards. It's a great combo maker. It also is the only way that I can make calamities, but I end up doing this little hand loop combo where you can either rip one card and make calamities or you rip two. Like for the stun guy, once I ripped the card out of his hand and I saw it was duality, I knew calamities probably wasn't going to be good. I honestly assumed Draco, right? But it wasn't Draco. So I just ripped the second card out of his hand and I hit his inspector border and I was like, let's go. Set the counter traps and pass. And then the one time gazer, because you just have to play it. Our chronograph is dead.
Yeah, he's a must.
Yeah, it's the must-have brick. But sometimes you draw with purple. The only hand trap that I actually played was Ash. That's it. It's the only one. Actually, going in today, well, yeah, and Strudel, it's kind of like a hand trap in a way. It helps you to break boards going second and make boards going first. But the theory that I had going into this event was as long as I can draw pendulums, like scales, I can pretty much do my thing. Like, I don't need to make Electrum first before I pendulum summon. I just kind of just need to be able to make them sometimes. And your only time you need to make them is when you haven't seen ZEFRA Neo or ZEFRA. But if you've seen those, you don't need Electrum. So I wanted to only draw pendulum monsters. So I wanted to decrease the amount of monsters that were non-pendulum in my deck, but still keep ones that have synergy with my combos. She is a tuner. You can pendulum summon her to make your level 9 synchros, your level 7 synchros. So she complements your board. Sometimes you make the Calamities combo with her because you don't always have Synchron. And the Strudel helps you to just Black Rose. Like, I Black Rose the stun guy. It helps you to make Don Dragster going first. It's like you pay half of your life points, yeah, but you pay it in a smart way, knowing like game one, turn one, you know, like it's a fresh duel. Paying half your life points to make a board unbreakable is not always a bad thing.
We don't need life points.
No, we don't need. If we winning, it's just really, really good. One time I think I used it even to overcommit just so I can make Griffin because I was one shy of monster. So I was like, pay half, bring this out, linked it up. Went into Griffin.
Overcommit.
Overcommit, bro. Like, it was like, I didn't have to do it, but I wanted to make sure, no matter what, that he would not be able to do anything so I could just attack for game next turn.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Griffin reset the Zephyr Divine Strike, and that was all I needed, because I had Griffin masked under the Electrum to where he couldn't use zones to get his monster effects active. He had to do it himself, and he was playing Invoked. It was really hard to do that. And then we have 3 copies of Oracle of ZEFRA. This field spell is just incredible. It has 5 effects, yo. The one I use the most is Stack a Monster. I love doing the Stack a Monster play and then draw off of Electrum. Because Electrum gets you the Pendulum Monster you want. The field spell gets you the Ash Blossom that you want. And you just set up your board and you whatever negates you're making, you add an Ash Blossom on top of that. That's guaranteed. Like, it's not even just it's at 3, you might draw it. Like, you're going to get it. And I play 3 Optimus Primes just to contribute to the consistency of the deck. I do play another field spell, but like this field spell is so important, so powerful. You have to maximize on it because this allows you to get your negates. It also allows you to pump out your Electrum Turbo cards. And then I also play 3 ZEFRA Providence. It searches any ZEFRA card. If any of my ZEFRA cards will be destroyed, I just banish it instead. It does not activate. It does not start chain links. Then I play 3 copies of Dragon Shrine and 1 Foolish. And
3 copies of Dragon Shrine.
Yes, bro.
What made you go with that? What made you go with 3?
The reason why is because I wanted to maximize on my ability to have recovery and also Electrum Turbo cards. And Electrum Turbo cards naturally are starters and follow-ups at the same time. Because Electrum allows you to fix your hand and just make everything a lot more, I guess you can say, a lot more venerable than it naturally is. So I really like the 3 shrines because even if I open with 2, I have 1 for the follow-up. If my board gets broken, I can just rebuild it with Dragon Shrine. And it's really important to have these for going second because this allows you to break boards. Like, I've chain blocked, synchro summoning with the Zephyr with the field spell, put Black Rose as chain link 1, field spell chain link 2. You can't negate the effect of Black Rose unless you have impermanence. Just really good. It just increases your Electrum Turbo cards as well as the Dragon's Ravine. They all do the same thing. And the Terraformings turn the Dragon's Ravine into pretty much, this is 4 more Electrum Turbo cards. That's 8 Electrum Turbo cards on top of your Chronos and your Cerberus. So you have 14 Turbo cards. It's really good. Like, all of these spells, like, you don't play any bad spells in this deck. Like, if you draw any of these, you're golden.
There you go. All spells are good.
They're all broken. And then for traps, instead of playing Drolls, I actually opted to play triple Impermanence today.
Yes.
The reason why I chose Impermanence over Droll is because the main reason why I even main deck Droll was because I didn't want Gokis to extra link me and like Gumblar my crap, right? Like any other deck, I don't want to Droll them. Like Trickstars are so fragile and they're cute, and I just like Pendulums beat Trickstars. Imagine how much Zephyrs beat Trickstars because we make negates like nobody's business.
Trickstars are cute.
They are cute. They're little brick stars, but like we didn't care about Droll because there was no other deck that Droll was the most impactful against except Goki's. But I found that Impermanence is a lot more impactful on the firewall than Droll and Lockbirding them, because you'd be surprised. Even if they don't have Call Bride, like, you'd be surprised the boards that they can make pushing through the Droll and over abusing firewall to add from their grave to their hand and to continue committing resources, getting the additional normal with their the Ibly that they added back, and they still end up making a U board. Like, I've seen it where a Goki player got Droll and Lockbirded and still U boarded, and he ended up gunblaring in the upper zone. It was stupid.
Firewall.
But impermanence on the firewall, no matter what the chain link is, you just, when they go into the goblin, don't hit it. When they link the goblin into the nightmare, the mermaid, impermanence the firewall right there.
There you go.
It's really broken, and this is the only reason why I topped today, because I used this to turn off an anti-spell against the stun deck that I played. It's just like, I got anti-spelled because he went first. I hate when like stun decks get to go first against you, so I just set it in the same column as anti-spell. I set my Dragon Shrine and I passed. And he just normal summoned one monster per turn. He was not able to OTK me. I ended up impermanencing his Thunder King, which was a plus, so now I can search. And at the same time, I turned off the anti-spell, flipped the Dragon Shrine, Black Rose his field, and just ended up just OTKing him after that.
So you set one card in pass, and he could not OTK you.
He couldn't OTK me. He's playing stun. He was normally Thunder Kings and Inspector Borders. And it's just like he didn't have enough pressure. This card is just so good. Chain blocking doesn't matter for this card. You can reset it off of your Griffin. It's so much better than Droll. Like, it is. And then Thunder Dragons come out.
You can with Griffin reset it.
Yes, bro.
That's
you reset it, keep using it. And this is the only way you're gonna really be able to beat Thunder Dragons if your deck searches a lot like mine. Because Thunder Dragons have that boss monster to say you can't search. You can't pop it, bro. It has so much protection. You have to chalice it or impermanence it.
Yeah, anything that can recur itself as much as that card does,
it's just insane. So this card is just by far, out of all my traps, it performed the most. It overperformed, really. We have 2 Divine Strikes. Most ZEFRA players play one of each. I actually like Divine Strike a lot more because it's easier to set up. Now, these are amazing traps, but unfortunately, they are not standalone cards. They require a specific setup. They require for you to have a certain card in a certain place. This one requires a ZEFRA in the extra deck. This requires a Yang Zing on your field. This requires a ZEFRA card on their field. These are a lot harder to set up because you have to control the card in order to resolve them. If they kaiju your ZEFRA Neo, you're out of luck. If they end up like somehow hitting your ZEFRA scale, you're out of luck. But whereas this, as you link summon for Electrum, you've already put a ZEFRA in your extra deck. If you summon Electrum and they Ghost Ogre it, you still loaded this. I really loved drawing this for turn, plus all of my other combo pieces, because this is an extra negate that I didn't even have to work for. So it's really broken, and I always reset this off of Griffin, like, every time. So that's pretty much the main deck. It's 51 cards, and I wouldn't cut anything.
Nothing. You wouldn't cut nothing, no changes?
No, bro. I was beating 40-card decks all day.
40-card decks don't stand a chance.
Nah, bro. Like, when you play a 40-card deck or any deck, you just have to keep in mind, if you're putting good cards and you have a lot of deck thinning capabilities, it doesn't matter how many cards are in your deck. Trust me, it really doesn't.
You're going to burn the resources.
Yeah, like, that's like you're playing a 40-card deck and then you add in 3 Card of Demise or something in equivalence, or 3 Terraformings and like some consistent spells. Are you really making the deck a lot harder for it to see the cards that it needs, or are you increasing its deck thinning capabilities and also giving yourself extra cards to side out that don't conflict with your engine? So triple Electrum, ridiculous. I never summon 3 per turn. In fact, normally I just summon 1 for my setup. Sometimes I never even summon it. Like, it's not always necessary. And like, there were times when I just like, my board's really good. I can't really like take a risk of them impermanenting the Electrum if I link it away. Like, I had double Jackal King. I was like, double Jackal King or play the risk with Electrum and they ogre it or impermanence it. I was just like, no, I'm just going to keep the Jackal Kings. But for the most part, you always play 3 because it comes up for your pushes. Like, you set up really good. You need it for your pushes going turn 2. Like, you're normally making 2. Like, you're just dropping this. You're looping your chronograph, spamming monsters out your hand. You're making Borload, Griffin, you know, whatever you want to make to OTK them. And then we have ZEFRA Metaltron. It's really good. On the turns when I do go double Electrum, because I have a lot of Electrum Turbo cards, but the thing is, I don't like to play my deck that way. That's the only thing. But when I do and I set up that board like that, I just link off the 2 Electrums, go into Metaltron, pit on summon 3 from extra deck, and he's a ZEFRA, so he's protected by my spell. I use him to add Ash Blossoms back, add my Electrums back to my extra deck. He's a really good grind card. Then Griffin, MVP, really powerful. One of the most slept on nightmares. Like, I don't know why people don't play this. Like, if I was playing Gokis, I would extra link you and have this somewhere in the middle of all the monsters that I had. And then we have Borload, because Borload's the GOAT. I won a game because of this card. Like, I would not have topped also if it wasn't for this card. And then we have Chao Feng. Basically, just it's an auto win against Gokis and Spirals. And if Konami somehow makes another deck that's predominantly Earth, it just auto wins. And it searches any tuner. Destrudo, Ash, if you're playing Ogres and Veilers, you can search those. Gotems, because you hand loop them. If you're game 1, turn 1, you make this, you rip a card out their hand. Even if they scoop it up because your board's too broken, you already know what they're playing. So you have the knowledge on what to side deck. Because some people are smart. They scoop because they know they can't beat you, but they don't want you to know what they're playing. This card gives you the information you need.
That's right.
And then Cloud Castle, because sometimes you'll be like, oh, dang, I had a side deck card for this deck, but I didn't know that I was playing this deck. But he really helps out a lot. Cloud Castle, because you can either make Calamities or bring him back, rip another card out their hand. And it's like ripping 2 out of your opponent's hand and you're still making negates. That's broken, bro.
It's broken.
It's
broken. With one Electromite.
Bro,
one Electromite.
It's stupid good. We have Black Rose and Don Dragster as my level 7 targets. I could have done Yazi, but I actually cut Yazi for Griffin, and I felt it was a better choice. Because overall, Griffin was just like more universal, whereas Yazi was situational. And I rarely ever summon it. I don't really summon it except in the matchup where I need an untargetable monster. And he helps playing through pressure, but these are overall just better. Don Dragster is just ridiculously good. Then we have True King of All Chlamydia. I made this card twice. The game that I made it was actually like what got me to where, because I was in a point where I was like, if I lose one more time, I'm not topping. Hands down, you're not topping if you're X3. So I was just like, when I opened with Calamities, double Divine Strike, and I had Don Dragster, it was like I had 4 negates, well 3 negates in the Calamities. I'm like, he's not playing through this. He's not. Like, he's not playing through this unless he's main in Spirit Modes. And even then, he's still under Calamities, and I still have 2 counter traps. It's just insane. Then we have Naruto. Too easy to make in this deck. Way too easy. Sky Strikers, Trick Stars. You push as much as you can. If you can't OTK them, make this in main phase 2 so they don't in-phase scapegoat. And against Invoke is incredible. Then we have Vortex, just making more negates, bro. And then Gatling Ghoul for when they call time in the round on you. Bro, just make Gatling Ghoul. Burn them for game. Then my side deck really quick is there's 3 raw Spear Molds. Didn't really get to resolve it. I didn't need to. We have 3 Twin Twisters. I'm glad that I actually played 3 today because I was like, I'm going to run into Ultra Guys maybe. Maybe some kind of Control S deck. I ran into Stun. Twin Twisters was really, really good to me today. It helped me. It saved my life against anti-spells. I got hit. Anti-spell hit me more than 1 time today. It hurts. 3 Evenlies.
I hate that card.
Yeah, this card's amazing, bro. It really is. 3 red reboots. In fact, I think the way I used Evenly today, I ended up crashing one of my monsters first and then Evenly. It was just more beneficial.
Nuts.
The reboots just so good. Against the stun dude, I sided these in going first, and I just set him because I know he's playing a turn behind. He's going to set and pass. By the time he flips his first trap, I just reboot it and then turn all his traps off, OTK him knowing that he can't Mirror Force, he can't Gozen, he can't Rival me, he can't Anti-Spell, he can't do anything.
No
and if he
response.
actually chained like Judgment or Darkbriar, I just flip Divine Strike on him.
Nice, nice.
Then we have one-offs that are all pretty much utility. This was for Sky Strikers and Trick Stars. I only sided it against 1 pure Sky Striker, and because of this card, I actually did just win the match. He didn't even play any cards. Like, it's just like he drew for turn, and he's like picked up his deck, put his cards down, and it's just like, you got it. And like, I literally, my opening board was
because
a
they
Morphage
played
Sloth, no
spells.
spells. They don't have no spellcasters. Like, I had Jackal King and Sloth and this. Jackal King had 4 counters on it. It could negate monster effects. This prevented him from going into the extra deck, and he couldn't play spells. It was a soft lock that you can't Spear Mode, and it was genius.
Very, very nice.
Then we have the set rotation. I like it because it helps me to see Secret Village faster, and it also increases my ceiling because it allows me to get to my ZEFRA, my Electrum Turbo cards, and it plays around evenly matched, and it's kind of like an auto win against Trick Stars. This is really good. Overall, I wouldn't cut anything. I'm very happy with my deck. I'm not sad or dissatisfied. Like, the deck did what it did. And yeah, I didn't get first place or anything, but like, I'm not playing meta, bro. I'm playing ZEFRA. It's like, you gotta understand, it's a lot harder to top with not meta. Meta's meta for a reason. But thank you guys so much for watching the video. God bless y'all. Y'all be safe out there in them streets. Don't be doing drugs. Y'all make good choices. Have a beautiful day.